I'm kind of starting to believe.
Hello and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Nicholas Playlock.
And I'm your host, Adam Peddle. And today, guys, we're going to be updating you on everything spring training from round baseball, and especially your Toronto Blue Jays.
Hell yeah.
Before we get into it, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like button, all that jazz. And as well, our jersey contest is coming near the end, 2 weeks away. If you want to enter this contest and your legal gambling age, sign up to Monkey Knife Fight. Today, Jays is our code. Get up to 100% of your first deposit back, up to $50, and you'll be entered in to our contest.
That's right, man. Woo. That's right. Currently, 7 or 8 of you guys are in there right now, so odds are still very, very good.
Yeah.
Let's break it down. Let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on in spring training. First thing I want to talk about is it feels like, as of right now anyways, Trevor Bauer is currently worth the money. Well, actually, I don't know if anybody's worth that much money.
No.
But that's like a moral question.
Yeah.
But as of right now, he is, as far as baseball goes, because he's doing really, really well, man.
Yeah, how's he doing, man? I didn't look at the stats.
He's got 13.1 innings pitched right now, 16 Ks, 2.03 ERA. It's pretty much exactly what he was doing as far as, like his Cy Young year goes. And I was watching a couple highlights of him.
Keep going. I'm fixing your hair.
I don't like this, bro. I don't like that at all.
No, what?
Thank you. Anyways, I was watching some highlights, and his stuff looked filthy. It looked really, really good. So, it seems like the Dodgers got themselves a certified ace for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you're going to pay him to put up ace numbers, you'll put up ace numbers. Again, it is spring training, but it is nice to see that he's doing that.
Well, exactly. It's just one of those things where, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things, man.
What else you got in baseball?
Other things going on right now. Ohtani is on a massive, massive hot streak. He is tearing up the league right now. As a batter, as a pitcher, he's doing, I think, okay. But as a batter,
I just keep seeing MLB highlighting him just anytime he pitches or hits. So they do suck him off a bit, but as a batter,
when you're hitting, your slugging is literally 1.211. There is some sucking off needed because that's insane.
He's blowing on you, really.
Yeah, well, when your slugging is literally over 1, that's, A, obviously unsustainable, but B, really, really good to see, because I know that we've talked in the past, we've said that Ohtani, in our mind, needs to go out there and prove something a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm honestly, dude, I've never been an Ohtani believer, but this, I'm kind of starting to believe.
Well, this is the type of numbers in spring training that you need to put up to make me believe. Yeah,
no, I'm honestly, part of me was like going through my fantasy drafts, and I'm like, should I take Ohtani? I'm kind of feeling it. I'm kind of buying into the hype.
Well, here's the thing. In fantasy, he's only utility. So
that is the one problem. That's why I always end up going like pass. But
yeah, that's definitely a negative. But again, if anybody is going to hit 600 or whatever the freaking hell, it's something like 600. It's ridiculous. Then he's definitely worth a look.
Yeah.
And also continuing as far as hot batters go, Corey Seager is looking like he's going to continue his award-winning capabilities and potentially go for the actual MVP, the regular season one, because he too is tearing it up right now and doing super hot. This is somebody that both of us have talked about, and we said that we freaking love this guy.
Yeah, so. How's he doing again? I don't know.
Literally 462 slugging. I think he's homered in 5 of the last 6 games. So it's just he's hot as hell right
remarkable.
Now. Yeah, so he's just literally like the Dodgers. Like 2 of these people that I'm talking about right now are on the LA Dodgers.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of, if you're an LA fan, super great. For anyone else, a little disheartening to see.
Yeah.
But
if you got him on your fantasy team, congratulations.
Then obviously you're doing pretty well.
You got him. You got him. Well, that's exciting stuff, man. That is exciting stuff. And, I was thinking in my mind, like, do we have anyone that's kind of doing anything exponentially? Yeah. And we do.
Yeah,
it's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is just absolutely bonkers right now.
Yeah. 17
at bats. He's hitting like he's got a home run, a triple. Like, what the fuck? He's got a triple off the top of the wall.
Yeah, I saw the triple, but what was more interesting to me was actually the double that he got in that game was because he was like a bat out of hell, dude. He was fucking fast on that thing, man. Like, he slid into that base with time to spare. Like, he looked good, you know? It's like, and that whole athleticism piece, nice.
Yeah, very nice. I mean, in as well, in addition to these tools that we're seeing Vladdy use this spring, is he's also got 5 walks. You know, just to give out you his slash line, 529 and like a 625 on base, and then the OPS obviously ridiculous at 1.566.
Yeah,
you know, amazing. Is Vladdy gonna finally break out? I know you said it in the minute monologue.
Well, I mean, it feels that way, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
if you're talking about Ohtani and you're saying, I mean, I'm starting to have faith in that guy, then you have to be feeling the exact same way about Vlad.
Absolutely. There's nothing but excitement with Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
For sure, you know.
I got his jersey, right? And my girlfriend gave me his jersey, and I was like, oh, this is such a great gift. And then he had like an okay season, like an above average season, but okay for Vladdy. And I was like, oh no, like am I gonna go to Bianca and being like, I'm sorry, I need to change this? But no, I kept faith. And Vladdy, I love you. Please continue to do this. Don't let me down for the real season. Don't play with my emotions like this.
Well, would you ever actually do that? You'd go to your girlfriend and say, I would exchange this jersey. This guy's not doing as good.
I think the conversation would go down like this. It'd be like, you know, I'd buy another jersey because I feel I'm already having the itch to buy another jersey. I'd start wearing like my Lourdes jersey or my Pearson jersey if they're being hot. And she's like, what about the Vladdy? And I'd be like, Vladdy's hitting 240,
right?
And then she wouldn't know.
I don't think that's going to be a problem this year. I expect him to be far better than 240, and and it's just super clear, right? When you see a player make a development in the off season, and then they come in and they start doing well. And we saw that happen with Luke Voigt. In fact, we've seen it time and time again with other players where they go and they change their workout routines and they change their habits, and they just get a lot better. That's why, you know, somebody I'm deeply in on is Stanton, because he's completely reworked his mechanics, and he's also hitting 350 right now and doing super good. So obviously Vladdy is super good. Who else you got on the Blue Jays that you're liking right now?
Well, I'm going to say already it's Alejandro Kirk,
right.
But that sparks a whole new conversation because as we've been saying, and we want Kirk to make the team, but apparently Ross Atkins, when asked, will Kirk make the team? He said, we'll see.
Yeah.
So there is speculation and rumors now that Kirk is not going to make the team. In fact, he's going to be sent to AAA Buffalo where he'll get full playing time there. And in fact, Danny Jansen and then Maurice McGuire is going to be back up because we're out of options on Maurice McGuire. So we have to put him on the roster or else he's DFA'd. And that kind of pisses me off because I absolutely love the way Kirk is handling his at-bats.
I think that's just stupid. I think that there needs to be something done about that.
We need to DFA Reese McGuire. Hot take? I don't think so because we've already DFA'd Sean Yamaguchi. We've already DFA'd Derek Fisher. Reese McGuire is the Derek Fisher and Yamaguchi's of the catching position.
Yeah, I mean, he's he's just not that good anymore. So, I don't see a place for him on this team moving forward at all. I don't know why the management would see a place on this team for him. Yeah. No disrespect, Reese McGuire, but there are just other people at that position right now who are better than you. You know, and you've had plenty of opportunities to come out and prove it, and you haven't done it yet. So I want to see somebody like Alejandro Kirk come out and get the same amount of opportunities.
Who is screaming at the door like, hello, I'm here, let me in. And yes, if we do, let's say we did DFA Reese McGuire, because if we can't send him back down, he's immediately out of options. He's gone now. And you put Kirk in the job. They're saying that it would be it'd still be Danny's job, which I do see that being a reality. It would still be Danny's job because he's familiar with all the pitchers and he knows the routine. So he'd get like 60, right? Mm-hmm. And then Kirk would get 40. But Kirk is a fucking starter. He has been proven that with his bat that he deserves like everyday playing time. So it all depends on whether they want to send him back to the minors, get more playing time. But I say, fuck it. bring him to the league, find him and getting a job. He's not going to get a job until Danny starts sucking with the bat. And they're like, well,
Danny's
clearly.
been sucking with
Exactly.
the bat. Like, I'm sorry, he's got a 205 career average.
Exactly.
That's
but they're
sucking.
They're still going to give him another chance this year because of the familiarity he's had with the pitching staff.
You know what? I understand. I think that Danny should be a part of the team. I think that he should garner some looks for sure because obviously defensively he is far superior to Kirk right now.
Yeah.
He does have that relationship with Ryu especially. It seems like they are like right on the same page. So I do think that there is a place for Danny Jansen on this team. I don't think there's a place for Reese McGuire.
Yeah.
I think that realistically, I don't know why we haven't tried to ship this guy off yet. Maybe we have. I don't know.
That is true.
But in the end, if nobody wants him, we don't want him either. So DFA him and just accept that, that was a bust.
Yeah, and we have other catchers in the system. Like Reese McGuire is not a top prospect, guys. Like let's just cut our losses
also got
and move
Moreno.
on. Exactly. Right? We have, and even this other guy named Adams, who I've seen occasionally in spring training.
Sure.
But the thing is, just cut your losses. We lost on Yamaguchi, gone. We definitely lost on Fisher, gone. We got some cash for him, which is nice, but get rid of it, gone. Bring Alejandro Kirk on the team. Put him in that lineup. Find a way to get his bat in that lineup every day because he is too good right now.
Yeah, well, I feel like managers. Maybe it's just something to do with the catching position in general, but I was also reading something on the LA manager, and they're like, yeah, like Will Smith is awesome and he's doing really good, but I don't think he's going to get all the playing time. I think that he's going to be the backup catcher here, where at least 50-50. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, you might have the best hitting catcher in the game right now, and you're going to, bench this dude most games? That's ridiculous.
And I've never been a catcher in my time, so maybe I'm, totally discrediting the art of catching. But, game calling, for example. Yes. A manager can game call. A manager can relay signs to the catcher. Okay, yeah, this is what we're going to do here. And then in terms of pitch framing, just work on your pitch framing. Again, totally undermining. No problem. Just do it. I've never done it before. It's easy.
Of course.
But, come on, you got to get that bat in the lineup. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. Will Smith is stud.
It's pure stupidity to me. I don't really understand it. Again, might be undermining something here, but anyways, that's the situation with Kirk. I don't know what this guy needs to do to make the team because it seems like hitting over 400 isn't enough.
No.
But anyways, moving on, we have had a couple guys get colder in the last week. Tellez, for instance, he's kind of fallen off. Again, not a massive deal. I feel like it's not as big of a deal when people are doing poorly in spring training as it is when they're doing very well. Yeah. Because I've been noticing a lot of people who are doing well, and I'm like, okay, that's promising to me.
Yeah.
Such as Ray, such as Rourke, such as some of our pitching prospects. In fact, I was looking at the numbers, and pretty much every single starter that we have, minus Anthony K, is doing extremely well right now in the Grapefruit League.
Yeah. They're all doing well. What could that mean? Who knows? Who knows? It's literally, most people have had 17 to 20, starters have had 17 to 20 at bats. Pitchers I've seen starting pitchers 5 to 8 innings. It's 1 or 2 games. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's really nothing. But both Ray and Rourke have pitched for 8.1 innings, so that's a game and a half right there.
Yeah,
they're both doing very well. They're getting strikeouts. They're, from what we've watched, the pitch tracker looking good.
Ray's looking really nice.
Yeah, even tracking. Rourke, dude. I've been liking what I've been seeing out of Rourke too. So both of them, I'm just that's good. I'm happy with that. Ryu obviously looking very nice. Yeah. He's pitched 6 innings, only gave up 1 earned run, I think. So.
Ryu, it's I've just expected him to do well. It's I'm not even hoping he's locked in. In my mind, when I ask myself for how do I feel about Ryu so far? Just a fucking rock.
Yeah,
solid.
Of course.
I'm not. If he were to suck in spring training, how would I feel? Probably the same. Honestly. But honestly,
depends how badly he's
sucking. It depends on how bad, and it's we were watching, and it's he's so missing his spot.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, right? Is all of this depends, but it is promising to see these guys doing well, and the fact the people who are giving up runs, they're not in our, they're not even going to make the roster, a lot of them. A lot of them are going to AAA or AA or, just not even guys. Like, Wagaspack was one of the guys who got blown up. He's not even on the team anymore, It's like goodbye. So I love to see that most of the people are doing super well right now. That's very promising.
You know who kind of sticking out, as speaking of like guys who are kind of popping up in the bullpen or pitching arms, is Anthony Castro is doing really, really well.
Right, yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah, he's been, he's honestly the one guy that I heard his name being tossed around last year, but not super much. But he's a name that's really sticking out to me. So far, he's pitched 5 2/3 innings, only giving up 1 run, 11 strikeouts as a 25-year-old.
Very nice.
11, that's amazing, right?
Yeah, so super good.
So again, not sure what his situation is, but make the team. Maybe someone in the comments can help me out here. But this is looking like promising little jewel. So let's see what happens with him.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you want to talk little jewels, like, fuck, man. Alek Manoah, SWR. Jeez, Alek Manoah, I wrote it down. It's stupid, like obviously unsustainable and whatever, but it's just interesting to note. 19.8 K per 9 right now. I mean, it's like, it's just ridiculous. It's like over 2 Ks per inning. So this guy is just like literally dicing everyone he's facing.
And correct me if wrong, I said all against the Yankees.
I don't know that, but
he's pitched 2 against the Yankees.
He has pitched 2 against the Yankees, and I think he's only pitched for 5 innings, and he's got, I believe, 11 strikeouts.
So that must be both the Yankees.
Yeah, it's got to be both the Yankees. So, I mean, it's definitely against quality hitters right now. These aren't just like nobodies that he's going up against. Yeah. He is striking out elite guys, so...
And that's a guy I want to see this year. And kind of not like Alejandro Kirk, because there's a clear roadblock in terms of contracts for Alejandro Kirk. But with him, it's just it's a whole roadblock of like time in the league. Like there are guys who have kind of earned like their next stab at the rotation. People like, Hatch and K, even though they're not doing too well. But here's the thing. If those next guys that are knocking at the door at the rotation start underperforming, and let's say some injuries happen during the season, I want Manoah and SWR to get a shot this season.
Well, both SWR and Manoah, 5 innings pitched, and all of them have been scoreless. So they're both doing very, very good right now. But I mean, you're talking about injuries during the season. We might not need to wait that long because Thomas Hatch today. Elbow.
He went down with the elbow. I saw him pitching like totally grimace after his pitch.
Yeah. That's always a bit concerning.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I had high hopes for Hatch coming into the season, and that's going to happen. But again, as bad as it sounds, like I obviously want guys to do better and like get better and heal up, especially people like Hatch, especially people like Pearson, right? That we'll get into.
I know that you're going to say it creates more opportunity.
It creates more opportunity for people like SWR and Manoah, and I want those opportunities.
I agree, dude. I don't think I want them this soon though, because Nate Pearson and Thomas Hatch for me are guys that I want to have opportunities. Right. It's not like for instance, like a Ray or a Rourke, where it's like I don't see them having a deep future with this team post this year. Right. Like Nate Pearson and Thomas Hatch, I could see definitely having a future with this squad.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, like if anyone were to get injured, as bad as that sounds, if anyone were to get injured, I would prefer it to be Rourke. Right. And I'm a little bit higher on Ray, but yes, Ray, maybe Mats. I feel so bad. Be like these are my top.
Mats
but let's be honest, guys.
Great too. Mats is doing good.
That's why I can't say, but like Rourke is the for sure number one. If someone were to get injured, it'd be like yeah. I obviously hope he's healthy for his sake. But for the team's sake, opportunity.
To me, I'll be honest, and I hate, I hope this doesn't make you feel bad. I don't want any of the guys to get injured because I want to see them all have a shot. Like I want to see, 40 innings out of Rourke before I can adequately say, because if he's just doing what he's doing like he did last year, all right, then 40 innings is enough. Fuck him. Now it's time. Like I want the performance to be based because maybe Rourke is pitching a 3.24 ERA in 40 innings from now. And we're like, holy shit, this guy's the number 2. We didn't even need to worry about it.
Fair enough. You know what? You make a fair point. And so if the guys are performing, keep them in. I hope that they do well.
Absolutely.
I hope that they do well.
Yeah.
speaking of pitching, Pearson, he has aggravated his groin yet again.
Yeah.
And
Not
he
ideal.
says he feels fine, but Pearson's going to say he feels fine to the day he's dead.
Sure.
Montoya said it's unlikely that they're going to be getting him ready for the season. He's like unlikely he's going to be starting this season, and that they're going to be very cautious, as they should, with him, because again, there are people who can fill in slots for him while he's gone. It's just unfortunate. It's annoying because I did want to see a full Pearson like 30 starts, but that's in a perfect world.
Yeah, it is the reality of the situation, and we've talked about Nate Pearson on here before, and we've talked about how this is somewhat of a recurring problem with him, the injuries. So
yeah.
I agree with what the management is doing. We got to hold him back. We got to pump the brakes and say like take as much time as you need to be ready, and then when you're ready, make sure it's 100%.
Yes, please.
So then, we don't need to be lingering or doing this stuff or whatever.
Yes,
so
please. I'm okay with holding him on the I'm okay with putting him on the shelf to like May, mid-May, late May. I don't care. Like, really protect this guy. Whatever it takes. I want our number one prospect
I'm
protected.
hoping, it feels to me that the way that they've spoken about it, it won't be that long. Because, like the wording of it was like, he probably won't be ready for opening day. So that to me says, okay, like maybe like what, 3 weeks after opening day, like late April.
And the groin injury for especially someone like him, like being a pitcher, obviously, but like that can be aggravated constantly. And he's already been aggravated a couple times. So yeah, I'd want it to be 100%. Like I even do a month, I guess. Well, what's it right now? Mid-March. So yeah, give it a month and a half, maybe May. Yeah, literally.
And obviously, it's like we aren't the doctors. We don't know the severity of it, but just enough until he is feeling good, man.
Yeah,
all right, some other stuff going on with the Jays. Biggio, super hot right now. OPS over 1,000, batting in the 7th spot from our good man Charlie Montoya, who has had his option picked up. He is going to be with the team for 2022. Give me your feelings on Charlie Montoya sticking with the squad. Sticking with the squad.
I'll say it right now. I don't like Charlie Montoya. I straight up do not like him.
Right.
I was being patient. I already made up my mind last year. But you made the case like it is his second year. It's like he's still early managing. I'm like, okay. I'll wait. I just don't like him. There's nothing about him I like. So the thing is, like, I do understand, like, one of our fans did say that the reason they could be extending him is because this was his final year of his contract. That there would be a lot of media attention around him. Like, oh, if he starts doing bad like he did last year, a lot of media attention was on him. And if he starts doing it again, there's going to be even more pressure on him. So they kind of wanted to give him a year to kind of breathe, relax, not worry about getting a job, just get it done right now. So he has a year without any kind of like, will he get a job next year? Hey, sorry, the camera died. So where was I? Montoya. Basically to sum it up, I don't want him for past 2022. What do you think?
I don't know yet. I just don't know yet. I think that I'm, again, giving him the benefit of the doubt. We really haven't seen a whole lot since the last time that we had this conversation, which was after playoffs, which was a good year for us and this team. So, like if this guy takes us to the ALDS, fuck yeah, I'll see him,
Yeah, and like I keep coming back to that. Like, so I'm trying to list of things that I like about Montoya. He brought us to a winning record. I can't think of a second thing I like about Montoya. I literally can't.
But isn't that the only important thing?
But the thing is like the team is, I truly believe that Montoya caps our potential because he doesn't set us. I'm a firm believer he doesn't set us up for maximum potential. He pulls our pitchers way too early. He puts guys in weird part of lineups that don't make sense. Like how many times you see Guererro getting on base and nothing being done about it?
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he caps us. So that's a negative. And the only thing I can actually say that he's done well is the team has won.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I guess to me, I look at that and I say, That's the only thing that matters, man. And if he keeps winning, I'm fine with him. As much as I don't like his decisions, it's like if he keeps winning, it's like that's the only thing that matters.
I hate him. I will forever hate him. I don't like him.
I hear you, dude. It's just, again, like, would you hate him if we won the World Series?
No, I wouldn't even think about him. I wouldn't. Honestly, I'd still hate him because if he was doing the decisions that he did, I'd still hate him. I love the team because the team is what's going to bring us to the World Series, not Montoya.
Still hate him if we won the World Series.
If he was doing the exact same thing he did in 2020, again, like I'm going to be frustrated as fuck. But there's Bo bailing me out. Oh, there's our stud pitchers bailing us out, doing good stuff. But Montoya, what are you doing? But we're talented. Like that's the only way we're going to win.
I would argue if he's still doing that stuff and we win the World Series, then couldn't you make the argument that that stuff is clearly working? If
he can provide, if there is an explanation to why his statistical ways of playing make sense, then I buy it. Because
the explanation is the World Series win.
But this, okay, what I was referring to is Snell being pulled out, for example. That is what Montoya would have done because he follows the Tampa Bay Rays style play.
Yeah.
And the Tampa Bay Rays style play is all about third time through the lineup. But John Boy Media actually broke down, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but he actually broke down that was actually the opposite of the statistical play. He was just going by, I think it's the third time through the lineup. But actually, he brought a horrible matchup in because of that, and they got rocked and they lost the World Series.
I agree. But again, Kevin Cash and different manager, different style. But
they're similar style. They're very similar.
Okay, I'm sorry. Style was the wrong word. Yeah. Completely different situation. We don't know if Montoya would have done that math. And once again, I agree. Don't like the decisions. My opinion is solely based on the winningness of this team and how well it does.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, if we win the World Series at Montoya, I'll be very, very, obviously I'll be very happy, but I'm not going to be thinking about Montoya. I'll be thinking about beautiful Bo, Vladdy breakout MVP, Nate Pearson hitting his ace potential, Ryu still kicking it around. Like those would be my idols.
For sure, man. For sure. What else is happening with the Jays? I felt like that's kind of
it for the week. Yeah. No, everyone's doing what they should be doing. Overall feeling about the Jays, very excited. When we get to see the full lineup of these guys, like 14 runs the other day, just absolutely remarkable.
Yeah, no, that was purely insane. And, like Aaron Nola is a very, very elite pitcher in the MLB, and we just fucking rocked this guy. So that's awesome. Yeah, man. Let us know what you think in the comments down below, guys, about what is currently happening with not only the Blue Jays, but also the MLB as a whole. We talked a little bit about some dudes today and how hot they've gotten off to a start, but other dudes as well. Let us know your thoughts.
And guys, you can check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Radio Public, and Breaker. You can also check us out on our Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. All of those links are in the description down below. And again, if you want to be entered into that jersey contest, Monkey Knife Fight, promo code today, Jays. Enter if you're legal gambling age. You are going to be in a small pool of people. You can pick any Blue Jay jersey that you want. Your custom choice will get it to you. And as well, what else we got? Relevant. We're chatting on Relevant, usually after our wine unwind, so they're pretty
loose.
They're pretty loose. So if you want to get the loosest of us, get us on Relevant. And as well, our wine unwind will be coming out in 2 days. 2 days? What day? One day.
1 day, yeah.
1 day it will be coming out, so be sure to check that out.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays go.